You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video. Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, and some of you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming at you another Let's Play episode of Echo. So, oh lord, last time we left off, we had just dragged ourselves out of the lake after our car had been basically just rammed in there by whatever was following us. It just charged right down the hill at us and just, man, we just plopped right into the lake. We almost lost TJ. Thank God Chase managed to drag him out of the car and resuscitate him. But anyway, guys, let's jump right back in and see how crazy things get today. Anyway, Kudzu and I wait for Carl, who lays on the ground a moment longer before finally rolling over and getting laboriously to his feet. I hold one hand, and Kudzu holds the other, and together we make our way onto the road and back into Echo. The walk to Leo's house is short, only about 15 minutes, but it feels like it takes much longer. It feels like it takes much longer than that. Every tiny sound makes me jump, and I'm steeling myself for the moment when I see that creature again. Nothing happens, though. Yeah, question. What is that? That caught my eye when I first saw it. Oh, maybe there's no trees around here. What the hell is that? No screaming and no gunshots. Aside from the crickets, the town is dead quiet, because everyone's probably dead. Still, we keep to the shadows, cutting through some backyards and sagebrush, probably picking up dozens of spiders and ticks along the way. It's funny, despite everything that's going on, spiders are the biggest thing that are on my mind as I push through the branches and foliage. Finally, the wolf's small house appears out of the dusty, dark night. Leo walks ahead of us with TJ. TJ asked to walk his own halfway here, and now he's clinging to Leo's hand like a kid afraid of getting lost at the mall. I don't blame him. As we're walking up to the house, though, Leo stops. Kudzu, Carl, and I crowd behind him. What is it? Leo puts a finger to his lips, then points at the window on the side of his house. It's broken. Shit. Leo lets go of TJ's hand, then makes a stay-here motion with the other as he starts creeping toward the house. With some difficulty and a few awkward sounds, Leo pulls his gun out of his wet pants. I scream internally at the thought of Leo going in alone, but he's the only one with a weapon now. Apparently Kudzu had lost his during the whole lake incident, which Leo is pretty pissed about. Leo tries the door, then disappears inside, reaching out to make sure the screen door doesn't bang shut behind him. And then he was gone. We stand there in the silence a moment. Then Kudzu whispers, "Hey, let's stand back just in case." Yeah, okay. Kudzu turns toward the road while I face toward Leo's house. By the way, guys, if this goes up on the... This is most likely going up before the 31st, but if this goes up on the 31st, Happy Halloween, y'all! I'm gonna try and get like a Halloween banner for my channel. I know an artist who can do it. Kudzu turns toward the road while I face toward Leo's house. Carl and TJ stand on either side of us. TJ hasn't said a word since Leo put him down. Ever since what happened at the lake, something in him snapped. Maybe we should have just gone up to my place. Carl gazes up sadly towards the mountains, his mansion somewhere hidden in the darkness. I don't know, if someone broke into Leo's place to steal stuff, they definitely want to do the same to yours. Knowing this town, Kudzu's probably right. Most of the people here resented Carl's family and the way their mansion looked over the whole town. Like they're taunting us, people would say. I keep my eyes on the house, trying to see through the black windows. Leo hasn't turned on any of the lights, of course, so I can't really see anything. Listening doesn't bring any clues either. So, what do you guys think that thing was? I don't know. I still think it was some kind of animal. It practically bent the car in half. I say it out the side of my mouth away from TJ. Maybe we should go inside. Probably safer in there, even if there is a burglar or whatever. Did the mayor say something about it, like that it only kills us if we're trying to leave? I glance back at Kudzu. Is that what she was talking about? Kudzu shakes his head and shrugs his shoulders. I really don't know, Chase. So we go back to waiting. I'm about to mention that maybe we should move closer to the house just in case, when we hear a scream. It comes from inside Leo's house, and it definitely doesn't sound like Leo. Carl squeaks next to me. Shit! I'm already running up the stairs, though, and I hear the others following closely behind. It's gonna be Jenna. I push through the door, almost running headlong into the bench where you're supposed to take off your shoes. Leo! I shout just as I realize that it's probably a bad idea. A moment passes where the only sound I can hear is the heavy breathing of my friends behind me. Then... Down here! Turn on the lights! His voice comes from the hallway, and it's calm. I move a paw along the wall before finding the light switch, revealing the kitchen. We move down the hallway toward Leo's room where I can see that the light is on. Inside, I find Leo standing over his own bed. In the bed, I see someone else. A little polecat, disheveled in a tank top, looking even more skeletal than usual. It's Clint, curled up in a little ball, cowering. Leo has his gun pointed on him. Wait, please, please don't shoot me. I just needed a place to stay. Leo inches the gun lower. Then why aren't you at your own place? Kudzu and Carl stand next to me while TJ stays in the doorway, gazing in at us from the dim hallway. Leo raises his gun again, and I actually think he's about to shoot Clint. Clint raises his paws, whining. Leo, wait! He helped me find Chase. What? Leo glances at Kudzu, then back at Clint. He came up to my door last night, told me he saw Chase in the trailer. I'm confused too, but I guess I never asked Kudzu how exactly he was able to find me. My mind immediately flashes back to when I saw Clint peering in at me from the trailer, asking Brian for drugs. I might not have found Chase if he hadn't told me. Clint nods enthusiastically to that, but Leo doesn't lower the gun. Wait, Leo, Clint hasn't done anything to hurt us since this started, just... Everyone's gone fucking crazy. Might as well get rid of him before he gets a chance at it, too. What are you doing, Leo? Leo's got a hardened look on his face that I don't recognize at all. Wait, I know how to get out of here, I think. Leo stands falters, but only just. What do you mean? That's why I'm here. Just get the gun off me for a second, I'll explain. Clint is twitchy and keeps scratching at his chest and his arms. It comes off like he was able to find those drugs after all. Come on, Leo, it's all of us against him. He can't do anything to us. Leo keeps the gun up for a few seconds and finally lowers it with a dismissive grunt. Alright, fine. How are we supposed to get out of here? Clint slowly pushes himself up to sit against the frame of Leo's bed, clearing his throat. Well, I think it might have something to do with the train yard. There's a moment of silence as we all wait for Clint to go on. He just stares back at us, though. Well, stares at the gun in Leo's paws. Clint? Huh? Clint doesn't look at Kudzu as his eyes remain fixated on the pistol. Leo, just put the gun down for a second, okay? On the dresser behind you or something. Leo shakes his head. I'm not risking our lives again, Cud. Leo fixes Clint with a glare. The most I'm gonna do is keep the gun off you, Clint. Clint flinches when Leo says his name. I look over and see Carl twisting his paws around in the pocket of his hoodie, his eyes wide. TJ, on the other hand, is still standing in the hall, his eyes glinting softly in the dim lighting. For some reason, I get the feeling that he's looking at me. Tell us now. Leo's tone turns dark, and I look over, half expecting him to have the gun up again. It's still pointed at the carpet, but I can practically see Leo's fingers twitching against the trigger guard. He looks almost excited. The Leo I know would never be so eager to kill someone. Even if that someone happens to be Clint. I hope that when this is over, if we get out of this somehow, Leo's able to get back to that old self. Clint's shaking so badly he can barely speak. Finally, Kudzu steps in between them. Alright, Leo, if you want to keep the gun, that's fine, but you can at least step into the hallway. Can you at least step into the hallway? Maybe I'll be able to calm down enough. No. Kudzu stops short, but I see him set his jaw, drawing up his shoulders. Someone actually might have some information to get us out of here, and all you want to do is scare him shitless? I can see Leo puffing himself up too, and I don't like the look in his eyes. So I step forward on Kudzu's right, practically blocking Clint from Leo's line of sight. When I do, Leo's eyes snap to mine, the simmering snarl disappearing from his muzzle. Leo, come on. Otter, move out of the way. His tone is gentle, like I'm some kind of kid. No, Leo, you're acting weird right now. Just calm down for a second, okay? Leo frowns at me. Hey, I'm just trying to keep all of us safe. I see the wolf leaning his head to the side a little, like he's trying to keep an eye on Clint. Leo, just let's go out into the hall. Kudzu, you give the raccoon a sidelong glance. Can handle him for a few minutes, okay? Kudzu nods. I take a few cautious steps toward Leo. He's looking between me and Kudzu now, and there's a different look on his face. One that I'm having trouble placing. I reach out and gently touch his arm. The muscles are hard, his biceps standing out thickly under his fur. Still, I gently try to push him towards the door. As I do, I feel him go a little slack, and, with a whole lot of relief on my part, he finally starts moving toward the hallway. Carl, still gaping at the whole scene, suddenly seems to snap out of it and hurriedly moves out of our way into the hall. Leo reluctantly continues to shuffle down the hallway as I put an arm around his side, hugging him to me. He responds with the same gesture. We pass a solemn looking TJ, his eyes following me as we move toward the kitchen. You okay, TJ? He doesn't say anything, instead just slowly following us into the kitchen. His fur is still all spiky and messed up from the plunge into the lake, and his clothes look uncomfortably damp. That gives me an idea. Why don't we all get our clothes into the dryer? Then maybe we can have something to eat. There's a moment of silence, neither TJ nor Leo giving me any response. Carl gives a muffled cough, though. Actually, I could go for some food. About 20 minutes later, Carl, TJ, and I are sitting in the laundry room, putting our clothes through a dryer. I can hear Leo in the kitchen, frying something up on the stove. I should be worried about not keeping an eye on him. He's calmed down considerably since we were in his bedroom. Also, the laundry room is between the kitchen and the bedroom, so it would be pretty hard for him to get past without me seeing. So I keep watch, leaning against the wall, staring out into the dark hallway. Carl sits on the dryer, vibrating along with it, while TJ sits on the floor, cross-legged, looking at nothing. Aw, he's cute. Buff boy. Tubby buff boy. This feels so good on my ass, dude. What, the vibration? No, the heat. I was freezing, I didn't even realize it. Carl knocks his hooves against the side of the metal dryer. Hey, Teej, you want to join me up here? Oh. No, thank you. You could just lean up against the side. You gotta be cold, too. This time TJ doesn't say anything, and I finally look away from the hallway. TJ, are you okay? Do you want to talk? TJ looks up at me, again with those emotionless eyes. No. He says it quietly. He says it quietly like it... He says it quietly. It's almost like he... Okay. He says it quietly, almost like he doesn't say anything at all. I hold his gaze for a while before looking away. No, don't worry about it, Tej. We're gonna be out of here in no time. Carl slides off the dryer, his damp underwear squeaking loudly against the metal as he clops to the ground. He gives a few strategic tugs at his underwear to probably loosen the wedgie he just created. And he sits down on the ground in front of TJ, cross-legged as well. TJ barely looks up at him, and I notice the links trembling slightly. Listen, back at my house I was, like, stuck in this weird trap version of my house, like there was no exit. TJ finally glances up at the ram. Well, I thought I was going to be stuck forever, and I was panicking. It was like a nightmare that wouldn't end. But then, right when I was giving up, you guys woke me up. I mean, sure, I sort of woke up into another nightmare, but at least it's with you guys, right? I hear shifting, and the bedroom door swings open fully and Kudzu appears, slipping out and closing the door quietly behind him. The raccoon spots me and moves over to stand next to me, his ears perked. Hey. Hey. I see Kudzu's nose twitch at the air, looking towards the kitchen. Leo? He's cooking. Ah. So, how'd it go? You were in there for a while. Kudzu sighs and leans against the wall of the hallway, looking back at the closed door. I don't know, really. Said something about a train going through here the past few days after everything started. Through the rail yard? That's what he says. Huh. That didn't make much sense. That rail yard has been abandoned for the past at least 50 years. Are you sure he isn't just like the rest of us, seeing things? Kudzu shrugs. I really don't know. Hard to tell with a guy like him. Yeah. Well, I remember some guys inspecting the rails a few weeks ago. Maybe they opened one up again. That idea also seems strange to me, but I don't know much about trains. So, what? If there is a train going through here, are we just gonna jump onto it? That was his plan, anyway. Huh. Sounds like fun! My mind jumps to Robert Smith and what exactly happened to him when he tried to hop on a train. If we were able to get on a train, could that creature still get to us? I don't think it can knock a train over. No, it might. It was able to knock a car into the lake, so I don't know how capable it is. So, when does the train come? See Carl twiddling his thumbs. He's not sure. Said it seemed random. I sigh loudly. Then we all jump as the dryer finishes with a loud grating buzz. I shakily rub my face, then move to open the dryer. Well, let's at least get our clothes back on, then we can go into the kitchen and tell Leo what's going on. We all sit at the table, eating quietly as Kudzu tells Leo everything. The food looks like some kind of vegetable stir-fry. God, I love veggie stir-fry. The first bite reminds me that I'm starving, and it's hard not just to try and shove it all into my mouth at once. Carl, sitting across from me, does just that. That sounds like a load of bullshit. Kudzu shrugs. I don't know what else to go on. Why would he lie anyway? Oh, sorry about that, guys. Leon. To buy himself some time. Kudzu closes his eyes for a second, breathing in deeply. Listen, Leo, there's no way he's going to try anything. He's scared out of his mind right now. Duke was scared. Didn't stop him from trying to kill us. It's probably worse that he's scared. Leo looks up the hallway toward the bedroom, and I'm starting to not like the look in his eyes again. In fact, I'm wondering why the fuck we left him in the room alone in the first fucking place. Leo starts to show his teeth. I reach out and rest a paw on the wolf's arm, again feeling the tensing of the muscles underneath the fur. Hey, don't worry about it. But he jerks his arm away and suddenly turns on me. Why the hell are you on his side with this shit? You were with that fucking bear. You know what these crazies are doing. I wince internally at being reminded of the incident, but I try again, reaching out. Yeah, but Clint isn't Brian. You know he was pushed around by that bear too. Leo pulls his arm further away from me. He's looking back and forth between me and Kudzu again. What is this? You're both acting like I'm the crazy one. The wolf pushes his chair back from the table. I heard you whispering shit in the hallway. You been saying things behind my back? Leo narrows his eyes at Kudzu. Whoa, dude, chill! Why don't you keep eating, Carl? Leo shifts his gaze towards the bedroom again and before abruptly standing up. I'm gonna check on him. Leo. I start to stand up as well, but Kudzu is one step ahead of me. He moves to intercept the wolf, both hands out. Come on, Leo! But he doesn't get to finish. Instead, the wolf goes straight into him, grabbing one of his arms and punching at his face. Holy shit! Kudzu sees it coming and is able to duck, but he's not quite fast enough. Leo's knuckles glance off the raccoon's muzzle, knocking his head around. Leo keeps a hold of the arm and swings Kudzu around, away from the hallway and back into the kitchen. Kudzu takes the fall rather well, going to a sort of roll. He does end up banging against Carl's chair, but he comes up on one knee, panting and staring up at Leo. His nose is bleeding. What the fuck?! I'm standing before I know it and moving around the table to stand at Kudzu's side. I look him over, trying to see if Leo had done him any serious damage before I look back at the wolf. What are you doing?! Carl clumsily tries to help the raccoon up, his ears flat against his head. Leo breathes heavily, staring down at Kudzu before his eyes flick to me. Get away from him! What? Get away from him! This time there's a growly quality to his voice, and I see his fingers drift towards his belt. I do move away from Kudzu, but only just. I don't want either of us getting shot. Leo turns his attention to Kudzu. You! Out! Kudzu stares up at the wolf for only a moment before getting briskly to his feet. His breathing is so erratic I'm wondering if he's going to have a panic attack. He gives me a single glance before hurrying out of the kitchen. I want to stop him, get in his way like he did Leo's. But the look on Leo's face right now has me frozen, and I can't do or say anything as I watch the raccoon's tail disappear. I hear the door swing open, then bang shut. I look back and almost jump as I see Leo's eyes are still on me, studying me. He stares a while longer before turning away and stomping loudly down the hall. Carl is frozen next to me, and TJ just sits there, his eyes down on his plate, food untouched. Still numb, I have to force myself to walk forward, following Leo, terrified of what's about to happen. Leo, wait! My voice is too quiet, too soft for the wolf to even hear me. The door ahead of me swings open. There's a moment of silence, then Leo curses loudly and I run to the door frame, looking inside, not sure what I'm about to find. What I find is nothing. No one's inside, the covers of the bed are thrown back, the window is wide open. See? See? I told you! Leo's voice grows from an almost scream to a hushed whisper as he moves to the window, looking out into the night. Oh my god, that was intense. Leo's lost his damn mind. Ugh, God, I knew it. He's not immune from this. He's been showing signs of cracking for a while now, but... Ugh. Oh boy, ooh. Well, at least he hasn't shot anyone. Yet. Oh man. What the hell? Oh, God, Alarm Chan, thank you. You, ooh, you could cut the tension here with a damn knife. Or a chainsaw. It is getting closer to Halloween. Oh, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. When this video goes up, I might be at 1,000 subs, and thank you guys so much for all the support and love. I'm not stopping anytime soon. Let's keep this going for years and years and years. Lots more content coming your way, guys. Sit back and enjoy. But anyway, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!